Hi, welcome back to the Tableau tutorial series. In this video, we are going to deep dive into the LOD expressions in Tableau. First, we will build the intuition behind the level of details. Then we will see the syntax of different LODs, that is fixed LOD, then include and exclude, how they behave with dimension and filters, and we will see the practical example or use case of the each. So, every view in a Tableau has a level of details. Basically, at what level we are seeing the data in the view, as let's say as per the row or the field, customer field, or the state or the region, whatever the field at which, at what level we want to see the data, we will drag those details or those fields into the views. So we will see one example. Let's say if we drag region to the view and sum of cells, then the level of details is per region. So we are seeing the sum of cells at region level. And if we, let's say if we drag the region along with state, then the level of details will become per region per state. Okay. So normally Tableau aggregates based on whatever dimensions are present in the view. But with the help of LODs, we can override this irrespective of the view present. Okay, irrespective of the dimensions present in the view, we can override the calculations with the help of LODs in Tableau. Now we will see the syntax and types of LODs. The general syntax is we need to write or we need to create the calculation field, okay, inside the Tableau. While creating the calculated field, we need here to create a LOD, we need to use the curly braces. Inside curly braces, we need to write the keyword, that is what type of LOD we want to create. We have three LODs, that is fixed, include and exclude LOD. So first, what type of LOD we want to create, based on that we can use the keyword. After that, the dimension, we need to mention the dimension list, like on that level our LOD will get calculated based on the dimension list. Okay, and the what calculations or the aggregations we want to do at that specific level or at that dimension, we need to write after the colon. So this is the syntax of LOD. Let's start with the fixed LOD. The idea behind fixed LOD is always calculate at this level no matter what's in the view. So irrespective of the dimensions present in the view, current view, we calculate the or we aggregate the result based on the dimension mentioned in the fixed LOD. Okay, so you can see the example on the screen where fixed LOD is calculated on region at region level. Okay, and we are summing, aggregating the cells. So we will see how to create the fixed LOD inside the Tableau. So first I will connect the sample superstore dataset, then double click on this sheet, and here we can create the view. So first I will go to the analysis, then create table calculation. Here I will name it as sales per region fixed. So whenever we name, try to name in such a way that from name itself we will get to know about the functionality of that calculated field. Okay, then two curly braces, open close. Inside that, first we are seeing the fixed LOD. So fixed keyword, then on region level we are going to calculate. Okay, so take region dimension, then the colon and sum, and inside sum what we are going to sum is the sales. So in this way we have created the fixed LOD, then apply. Okay, you can see the fixed LOD here, right? Sales per region. Now drag the region into the rows shelf, and the our LOD, that is sales per region, into the text, and you can see the result for the each region. Okay, now drag the segment into the rows. Now you will see the result is constant even though we added one more dimension into our view, that is segment, but irrespective of that we are getting the result at the region level. So that's why in a region, let's say central, for each segment we are getting the same result. So while calculating the result, we are not considering the segment dimension because we have fixed the calculation at region level. Now we will drag the category into the filter. I will select all, apply and OK, and then right click and show filter. Okay, now I will select only single category, then also I am getting the same result. You can see now I only selected the technology category, still I am getting the same result. I added one more. So what it means is the fixed LOD works before the data get filtered with using quick filter or the quick dimension filter, that is category that we have used in this view. Okay, for better comparison I will drag the normal sales into the text also. Now you can compare, you can see, you can follow my cursor. First is our fixed LOD, which is giving the same result across all segment in a particular region, but when it comes to normal sum of sales we are getting different result for each segment in each region. And if you add these results, that is 252,031, 157, 996 and in 91213, you will end up getting the result as 501240 across the region. Okay, now what will I do is I will convert this quick filter to context filter. Now we will see what will happen to the fixed LOD. Okay, now you see if I remove the furniture and keep the office supplies and technology, you can see the result has already been changed. Now I selected all three categories. If I remove the furniture from these three, you will see the result changed. If I remove the office supplies and keep only the technology, then the fixed LOD result get changed. So why is this happening? Means the context filter will filter the result first and then the LOD will get calculated. So flow is like context filter, then the fixed LOD, then the quick filters or the quick dimension filters. This is the flow of execution that you need to keep in mind. So these are the things we saw in Tableau, that is comparison. We compared normal sum of sales with the our fixed LOD, and we also saw the fixed LOD with filters, that is simple dimension filters or the quick filters will not change the result of fixed LOD, but context filter can control the impact because fixed LOD will get calculated after the context filter but before the quick filter. Then we will see the include LOD. So what happens, or the idea behind using the include LOD is calculate at a finer level than the view. That means we have few dimensions in the views, but rather than but we want the result with one more dimensions into the view, but if we add that dimension the result will get clumsy or unviewable or very cluttered. We will get the view. For that, to avoid that, we will use the include LOD. Okay, you can see the example on screen. We are creating the include LOD on customer name level, and we are summing or aggregating the sales. Okay, so we will create and see into the Tableau. So again, you can go to the analysis, then create table field, or directly click on any dimension or measure to create the calculated field. So create and calculated field. So I will name it as sales per customer and then include. Okay, so I will remove this, then curly braces open close, include, for that include keyword on customer name, then the colon and the sum of sales. In this way we can create the include LOD, then apply and then click OK. Now you can see the sales per customer include LOD or the calculation field has been created. Now we need to drag the region. Okay, I will drag the region to column field and the created include LOD into the rows, and you can see the bar chart region versus the sum of sales per customer. So what is happening here is first we are summing at customer level and then we are summing at the row level. Okay, now change the aggregate function from sum to average. Okay, then I will I will add one more sales. Okay, now I will add this sales, normal sales, and I will also convert it into the average. Okay, now you can see the change into the result. We are averaging the both, that is sales at region level, but what is happening to the at backend is when it comes to our include LOD, we are first summing the result for each customer name. Okay, and then we are filtering that based on the region, for each region, and we are averaging. So that means we are averaging the sales per customer in each region with the help of sales per customer include. Okay, what we are getting is the average sales per customer in each region. But when we normally average the sales, we are getting the average sales in each region. What we are getting? Average sale in each region with average sales. But with include LOD, what we are getting is we are getting the average sales per customer in each category. So now we will see the exclude LOD. The idea is to ignore some dimensions from the view and compute at coarse grain level. Okay, that means when we want to exclude one of the dimension or some of the dimensions from the view, we can use the exclude LOD. You can see the example. Here we are excluding the region and calculating the sum from the view. Okay, so we will create it into the Tableau. So right click on any dimension or measure, then create and calculated field, name it as we discussed, so that we can easily understand the functionality of sales, functionality of the calculated field. So I am naming it as sales ignoring region. So from name itself, we can understand that we are excluding the region while calculating this respective calculated field. Okay, so now curly braces again, then exclude keyword, then we want to exclude the region, so region, then colon and the sum of sales, apply and OK. In this way we can create the fixed LOD. Now we will drag the order date into the column field and we will set it to month. Okay, now we will drag the region to colors and our field that we have created, or before that we can drag the sum of sales to rows. So what we are getting is we are getting the sum of sales for the regions like that is central, east, south, west. Okay, now we will drag our calculated field, exclude calculated field, to the tooltip or colors, or I will drag it to tooltip. Now you will see the result. Now for each month and region in the view, exclude removes region from the level of detail and calculate only the month level. Okay, so now irrespective of the region, we are getting the same result for our exclude LOD. You can see that, right? If you hover over or directly also we can see, you can see 3 to 352461. So here also 352461. So this is happening because we have excluded the region from the view while creating the exclude LOD, so that result will be calculated based on the month only. In this way we can use the fixed LOD. So every month or the every region in a month shares the same exclude LOD values. Okay. So when to use the fixed LOD? So whenever we want to fix the metric or the result and we don't want it to change with extra dimension or the dimensions present in the views, we can use the fixed LOD. Also we can use to get the consistent reference value for comparison, okay, because it won't get changed in view based on the dimensions present in the view. In these two cases we can use the fixed LODs. So the use case of include LOD is to compute the result more finer or granular than the view, present view. Okay, and keep one thing in mind, that include and the exclude LODs will get executed after the view. That means they will be calculated after the quick filters also. So the complete flow is like context filter, then fix LOD, then quick filter, and then include exclude LOD, and then at the end the table calculations that we are going to see in the upcoming video. Then the use case of exclude LOD is when we want the view detailed, but we need a aggregate at coarse level. Okay, that means one dimensional earlier than the dimensions present in the view, we can use the exclude LOD. So we saw the type of LODs, that is fixed, include and exclude LOD, and also the syntax, the use case for each of these. So the point to keep in mind is LOD unlock the advanced aggregation and comparison capability in Tableau. If you like the video, do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also the turn on notification for new videos. If you have any question, comment it below. Also, if you want the resources used in this video, you can visit our Telegram channel. Link will be in description also on the screen. See you in the next video.